Hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. It is January 14th, the 14th day of the year, and the 14th chapter of Proverbs. Um, yeah, so pray the Proverbs challenge. Here you go. Got that sticker, that filter. Anyways, uh welcome guys. So let's get into it. So verse 14, pray the Proverbs challenge. We got a couple things from it, right? We prayed about it, asked the Lord to reveal to us what He wants us to learn from it, and and what to give to you guys. So, for my wife, she had a few verses that stood out to her. Verse 16, 26, 27. And she was saying a lot of it said, mentioned fear of the Lord, right? And then again, we're not fearing the Lord, like not scared of Him, but fear of not having Him, right? Or fear of losing Him, right? Or not being with Him. And so that's a fear that you don't want, right? Not you're like scared of Him. No, it's just you're scared of not having Him. That's a scary thought. If you have tasted Him, right? Like as they say, if you're very grateful enough to experience some of His mercy, and so it's just like, man. But so the 16, a wise man fears the Lord and shuns evil, but a fool is hot-headed and reckless. 26, he who fears the Lord has a secure fortress, and for his children will be a refuge. And 27, the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a man from snares of death, right? And she did mention number 26. If you heard the one from yesterday, if you didn't, check it out. It talked about leaving an inheritance for your children's children, right? So here it kind of ties in with that, right? So if you fear the Lord, you have a secure fortress, and for his children will be a refuge. So you're leaving that, right? So yesterday I talked about inheritance, and for like our Graciani lineage, family lineage is gonna be a God fearing family, right? So we're instilling that in our kids now. So that could be their refuge, right? They could have their secure fortress, for their kids and for their children's children. So that kind of tied pretty good with that from yesterday, right? And then 27, the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a man from snares of death. So here, there's a little thing to talk about fountain of life, right? I'll read a few sentences here. It says here, God is the source of everything good, like a bubbly spring. He brings a steady flow of abundance to those who order their lives around Him, right? Around God. According to Jesus, a godly man filled with the Holy Spirit can have a similar effect on people in his life. Streams of living water will flow from within him. John 7:38. Jesus insisted, ask God to make you a source of refreshment today. Wow, right? Like they're giving you the power and authority, right, to be life into other, be filled with the Holy Spirit, and you will be that fountain of life to everybody around you, to your wife, to your kids, your friends, family, anybody you bump into, whatnot. You can be that fountain of life to them, right? And they say too, you might be the only encounter they have with Jesus or with God, right? You might be the only one that there be their encounter with it. That's why it's a tough walk, right? But somebody did it and got us. Like, man, they were faithful, and it's like, wow, it's amazing. So when you have that the opportunity to be that fountain to somebody else, right? And so why not ask God to make you that refreshment today to be blessing somebody else, right? So let's see here. Let me see. All right, cool. Let me see here. All right. Another one that stood out to me was 14:12. There's a way that seems right to a man, but at the end it leads to death. So there's a way that seems right to a man, not physical man, like I think man in general, right? Like the human being. But at the end it leads to death. What sticks out to me is like, oh, I got it. I know a way, right? Or people say we don't know we don't know like the whole picture, right? This is when we try to lean our own understanding, and not letting God be God, right? When we try to limit God, but hold on, I got this real quick. Um, and this is where it might lead to death, right? Because what you might seem right to you, or from your understanding, might be right. It might not be right at the end of the day, right? So that's why you have to be careful and always seek God, right? And tying this back to our marriage too, right? There's a way that seems right to man. So in a marriage, oh, my family's been doing this for years, or it's a tradition to do this, and whatever, whatever, right? Like, oh, but at the end, it might lead to death, right? So everything you do, or everything we do, we have a filtering process. We filter it through God, right? Pray and fast, ask for a sign, like legit. Um, that's my wife did, and that's how she got me. She asked for a sign, and then prayed and fast, right? People who know our story, we did a sabbatical. But yeah, we prayed and fast and asked for a sign, and bam, just to be sure we were right with God, right? And so, because it might have seemed right, but we want to make sure it's right with Him, right? Because there's our plan and then His plan, right? The ultimate plan, right? So people are like, God's plan, right? So, yeah, that's what stood out for the marriages too. Traditionally, oh, my family does this, or traditionally, whatever. But that might work for them, but always for us, we always filter with God to make sure that it doesn't end up leading to death, right? That could be anything, death, and in your spiritual self, right? Or if you're, or in your marriage, right? Or anything that could work against to what you thought you were doing right without consulting God first. So sorry. Cool. Awesome. So that one was set out to, yeah. So just don't lead on your own. Always lead on God's understanding, right? And then number 23, it's our hard work brings a profit, but mere talks lead only to poverty, right? Work hard, breed profit. So anything you do, right? That's just that verse right there is powerful for me. You can put that in every aspect of your life, right? And it's just, if you work, you get the profit. If you work in your marriage, you're gonna reap the benefit of it. If you work and you're working 9 to 5, you're gonna reap that benefit, right? If you work that overtime, you're gonna get that overtime benefit, right? If you work hard on yourself, on your health, on your spiritual life for God, if you're working this here, working this Bible, whatnot, you're gonna get you're gonna start flexing spiritually, right? Because you're working on it. So all your works bring a profit, but a mere talk leads to only poverty, right? So that means people who talk. What was that thing you said, babe? Don't talk about it, be about it, or something like that, or yeah. So just like, what was that other one? Hold on, this is going shit on.
Make more moves and less announcements.
Make more moves and less announcements. What was the other one?
Or you're either walking the walk or you're just running your mouth.
Ooh, you're either walking the walk or just running your mouth. Santo, but mere talk leads to poverty. So you're just running your mouth, you're not doing it, right? And that's what anything you do, anything you put your mind to it, right? This is a good versus my entrepreneurs, right? Any business you want to do, right? Just put the work into it. Insurance, photography, baking. You want to open your a clothing store, a clothing line. You want to start that? Do it. Just put the work into it, and you'll reap the benefit of it, right? As you're saying a lot, it's not gonna work out. Anything you want to do, right? Just do it. You want to start your 501c3, a nonprofit. I have family members starting his own construction business. That's amazing, right? He's putting his work into it to make it profitable, and that's what your marriage too. This is investing in my marriage so it can be profitable, right? Hey, get them dividend checks.
For our children's children.
There you go, for our children's children. You see what I mean? It all ties in together. But anyways, thank you guys. I hope that blessed somebody. Again, let's chat. Send me messages. What you thought about it? If you agree, disagree. If you block me afterwards. Hashtag follow me G7 Tribe. And also, if you listen to this part, Valentine is coming. If you message me, we're gonna give you a set of these. Thank you for being there. Our longest video. But it has a little heart. Oh my god! Like it's like yeah.
Cake pop.
It's a cake pop. So if you here to the last minute, message me and you guys get a set. All right. This offer is only go for 24 hours. Bye.